Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, everyone. Happy Monday. Miss Amber Freeman sitting beside me today. How are you, darling?
I'm well. How are you?
Fantastic. Relaxing weekend. Started off the morning. It is chilly outside.
It's not just chilly. It's cold.
Whoa.
It's way cold, and it's going to get worse.
How are you?
Good.
What's happening?
Not too much.
Not much?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out whether we need to buy the lotto tickets because it's almost 2 billion people if you buy both.
Do you ever buy lottery tickets to begin with?
Not.
So this is what we always are like, oh, it's huge, let's buy it. But then the chances are less. Shouldn't we just be buying it on the normal day?
Yeah. Well, I have to be honest with you, Dee, I'd give you some money if I won. My wonderful cameraman here. I'd help Dee out. Yeah, he wants to be a, I don't know what you want to be when you grow up. What do you want to be, Dee? Troy's cameraman.
Putting on the spot. Aspirations, Dee. Go higher.
He did. He said, I just want to be your cameraman.
Well, I'm happy if I win my $1 or $2 back.
Right.
Then it's like,
I think it's more than $2. It's like
I think it's
$20
$2
or something, isn't it?
No, I think it's $2 a ticket.
For Powerball?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not a big $2.
Oh, my producer's telling me $2. All right, well, that's what we better do.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I just was trying to think on the weekend what I would do with all the money. I'd put it to good use.
Well,
I'd give it a good whack.
We did a news story on that, and that like 33, some great number, more so than any higher percentage of the other areas. Most people say they would use it for good reasons. So that's kind of refreshing.
I didn't say that.
You said you'd put it to good use. That is true. I was giving Troy too much credit there.
Everyone knows that I would be handing out cash left, right, and centre. I think it'd be nice. I would like to do some things with it about schooling and things like that. Totally.
Right. I'd
There's
love
a lot
to
of
see
money
that
there,
list.
people.
That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money.
It's
So
a lot
you can
of
do a
money.
lot of good with that.
You can do a lot of good with just $1 sometimes. So maybe it's in our head.
You can't buy a Big Mac for $1 or a cheeseburger.
Can you?
No, you can't do anything with $1.
I don't know that.
Anyway, what you can do, don't forget to vote for the ultimate Big Blue Wedding giveaway, everyone. Guess how many people have voted so far for these two couples?
How many?
Almost 1,500 votes in the last week.
That's amazing.
The wedding's worth over $30,000. You have until November 28 at midnight to vote, and we will reveal the winner live on our show November 29. Can you believe that?
No.
Over
so
1,500
close.
votes.
Now, are you going to, is the voting close? Do we have any hints?
I can't tell you that. Yes, I do know what's happening, but I won't do that.
No?
No, it's not fair.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if it's close, other people are going to be a little more, that's that extra push
I'm
they
just
needed
telling
to vote.
you, if you want your friends to win the prize, get on and vote because there is a gap at the moment.
There you go. You heard
There's
it.
your hint, everyone. Alrighty, you ready for the show?
Let's
Should
do
we
it.
start? Alrighty. America is known for being the melting pot, but how much are other cultures influencing us? It turns out that the Americans tend to say things they believe are American phrases, but they are actually Britishisms. Do you know what Britishisms are?
Well, I'm guessing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Now, I just thought this was interesting because before we got to that, I wanted to say I have a lot of trouble sometimes understanding people here.
English people?
The accent.
American people?
Yes, the accent, it really gets to my ear. And I have a lot of trouble pronouncing the words sometimes, as you know.
You've been here a while. How long?
6 years, but it's still very difficult. And people say to me, we don't understand what you're saying. So I remember the first 2 years of me being on TV in Utah, my co-host would just agree with me, and I'd say to them after the show, why did you say yes? They said, we didn't understand you. It's like, okay.
But you probably liked it because you never heard no.
No, they never said anything. Kerfuffle. Did you know that was a British word?
So we have an expert here in studio today because Claire is from Great Britain.
Who?
Our clever with leather.
Oh, well, we all just looked at each other
we'll
then
have to
going,
ask
Claire,
her.
who?
I know.
Wonky.
Wonky, I've heard.
That's very British.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. I always hear that.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I didn't know that was strictly British.
Yeah. Okay, number 4, which is, we missed one up there. Number 4 is ginger.
For a redhead.
I don't know what that means. This
a
is
redhead.
Oh yeah, okay, I got that.
Now that's very.
Yeah, but I don't ever used to say that in Australia. Bestie. Do you call your bestie here?
I mean, I don't, but I'm guessing a lot of people do, and I didn't know that that originated over there, but if they want
Apparently
to claim
so.
it, that's cool.
I'm just telling you what says the survey.
So I lived with somebody from England for quite a while and spent
Did you?
a lot of time over there. And it's funny because the number one thing that annoyed me, and I'm not even from there, is people would come up to them and try and do the accent.
Yeah, that
And it was
irritates
god
them.
awful, embarrassing.
It irritates me as
yes,
well.
it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what, do you think they've never heard this before?
Well, people often try it on me, but they end up sounding more South African than Australian.
Do you tell them, no, that's South African?
I just walk away. I did tell you that a lot of people wanted to, well, sorry, let me rephrase that. When I first came to America, people asked me what language did we speak in Australia.
But that's okay. I mean, people
Really?
don't, well, yeah, people don't know. I mean, there's a lot of languages spoke here, and there's so many dialects depending on where you live that, I mean, sometimes you can't understand people from the next town over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There
Tell
are
us what
a
you
lot
think,
of
everyone.
words that you know you get used to when you're around it, but if you heard them first time, you'd have no idea what they
I
mean.
got you. All right. Do you plan to tend or complain or groan at the idea of flying, especially when it comes to things like airline food or how little leg room you have? It may be hard to believe, but it wasn't always like this. Amber wanted to show you some pictures of just how glamorous flying used to be and how far we have come. So let's bring up the look at the pictures now. Leg room, hello people.
Look at that. They're like park benches.
Yes, they are. But do you like how they got the plastic on the seats?
No, I don't like that.
I think that's hysterical.
Yeah. I wonder why.
And the number of seats. So there we are. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's like a luxury commuter plane.
They all have like pillows, and those look like fluffy ones.
Yeah.
And they all, I mean, it just, what is that one?
Now, what about checking in for your flight ahead of time or at a monitor? Back then, departing arrival flights and finally got monitors by the 80s.
That doesn't look glamorous. That definitely does not look glamorous.
I like the old way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like flying?
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Planes were smaller, of course, and so were boarding line. Well,
Ooh.
I wouldn't be flying in that plane, people. Okay.
That's like Amelia Earhart.
Now this is first class.
Look.
Used to be always indulgent,
With
of
the
course. And
flowers.
today it depends on which airline you take about how much you spend. Let me also tell you, if you've ever hopped on an Emirates airline, my
Yeah,
friends,
that's very true.
and you get in that first class, I'm telling you, it is incredible.
A lot of the Thai airlines are that way as
Yeah,
well. It's
and Virgin
crazy.
Atlantic. I
You
think
know what?
it's
I
called.
haven't
They
been
have
on
bars.
those yet.
They have bars
That
up
you
there.
can walk up to, right?
Yep, and sit at the bar.
It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. It
All
would
right.
make flying a lot easier.
It would.
I think
Alrighty.
it's a lot cheaper, right?
I don't know whether it was.
They just keep
cheaper or-
hiking those.
I don't know.
It's
well, they're making the
expensive
planes bigger and
now.
bigger, so it must get more expensive
So
to fly.
expensive.
Alrighty, a school cook in Nebraska is in hot water, everyone, after reports say he served students a chili that contained kangaroo meat. Now, the cook said it's a lean source of protein, but parents complained that they didn't want their kids eating exotic meats. Some even said their kids were sick after eating it, although kangaroo meat isn't harmful. The superintendent sent out a letter of an apology, explaining that this will never happen again. Amber, how do you feel about this?
I mean, he probably doesn't it usually say what kind of meat is on the menu? I mean, isn't it like beef tacos or chicken enchiladas? I don't know why
does
we're
it?
going Mexican, but
Oh.
yeah, I mean, he probably should have maybe at least stated it was kangaroo
I want to
meat.
give props to this chef, or the cook, because he was looking for a great option for meat, and it's the lowest form. Look, I love kangaroo, and a lot of people eat kangaroo in Australia, and it's sold in the supermarkets. It's the lowest form lowest form of fat, highest form of protein, and the leanest you can have.
I mean, I'm okay with him trying to find alternative sources, but it's not normal, and a lot of those kids see these as, you know, little pet kangaroos.
I just want to
and
know how
out
they
in the
found
wild.
out.
Well, I want to know what kind of budget does this guy have? Like,
No,
do
kangaroo's
cooks-
cheap.
But maybe not in America because it would be
Yeah,
an
you'd have to
imported
import
meat.
it. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that would be a lot more money. And do cooks in schools actually go out and do the buying? How is this working?
I bet
That's
you
what
it was a
confuses me
private
the
school.
most.
They didn't tell us all that in the
No.
story. So I'm wondering if it was a private school.
Because usually schools are trying to save money. So you think if they were going to go with a lean source of protein, maybe they would go with bison or something that's here in America
Well,
that's
see,
not
funny,
imported.
that's a wild animal, yet you don't have a problem eating that.
Well, I don't eat any of it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's just maybe he should have told
I tell you,
people.
I love that bison though, Dee. It's just like, has a little gamey taste to it. It's a little bit like gamey like kangaroo.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, it's good for him for trying to find a new thing.
I wouldn't make kangaroo lasagna, but I like a kangaroo steak.
What?
Just, yeah, like you know how you make a beef sauce?
What just made you think of that? So what's
Well,
the
no, I'm
difference
just trying to
between a
think-
lasagna and a steak?
No, because, and I probably wouldn't have a bison in lasagna, but I'd have a bison steak or a bison patty.
Would you even notice the difference with all that cheese and sauce?
Yeah,
what kind
I
of
don't
meat
make
it
it
is?
like that.
It could probably be frog, and I know you wouldn't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I like frog too.
So do you think that he should have told
No.
this? No?
No.
Oh, no, I think you need to disclose
Tell us what you
you're
think.
eating.
Everyone who's got parents at home, you know we don't have kids. So, you tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. Alrighty, a recent article revealed how one woman spends her day, and it made several people furious. In fact, many people say the life she lives is a complete lie because her schedule seems way too relaxing, too perfect, and too good to be true. Now, this lady, Melania, she is a HSBC executive, and she spends her time traveling to and fro from two offices. Let me just show you her schedule. 5:30 a.m. meditation, 6:30 FaceTime. I don't know what that means, FaceTime.
She calls and catches up with her family and friends.
Okay, all right. 7 a.m. she has breakfast and goes to play some tennis. Okay, so far so good. 8:30 she walks to work in order to arrive at 9. Then she has several meetings throughout the day. Then at noon she breaks for a lunch, which apparently she calls refueling time, meaning she takes a solid hour and a half to relax. She then hops on a train to her other office while listening to podcasts and checking her email. Before reaching her destination, she gets an English breakfast tea from Starbucks. In her free time, she's trying to get a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship from Stanford University. I'm not quite sure what the big deal is.
No,
about
I'm
this.
not either. I mean, she wakes up really early. I think she's in California, because my first thought was if she's FaceTiming me at 6:30 in the morning, she's going to get punched in the face.
No, I FaceTime my friends in Australia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in a different time zone.
Yeah,
so
I know,
she
you're
better
right,
be
you're right.
doing that to people
Hey,
on the
listen,
East Coast.
look, I used to get up at 5:30. I wouldn't do yoga or meditate or anything. I'd go for a quick little walk around. But then I used to go and play tennis at 6:30.
Yeah.
Before I'd go to work.
Yeah.
Because it worked for me.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
I used to, same thing. I would run or ride horses in the morning
Yeah.
before doing something
Yeah,
because
I
it was
didn't see what
early.
the problem is. Apparently, a lot of people had an issue with her doing yoga. I'm not yoga, doing an hour and a half. That was my next thing.
Oh,
that
for
she
her
does
lunch.
That's the next thing in the teleprompter, everyone, that she does at 7:30.
For her lunch.
Yeah, yeah, an
Break.
hour and a half for lunch.
I think that's fine.
Yeah,
if
I
she's
know a
getting
lot
her
of-
work done,
I have
what's
to
it
be
matter?
honest with you. I know a lot of people are around this place that take an hour and a half for lunch.
Well, this is the thing. There's no reason to be in the office to just do busy work. If that's going to help you refuel, I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
because if you're productive for the rest of the
Yeah.
7.5 hours,
What does it matter?
Who cares? How
But why
long
are
do
they
you take
so
for lunch?
upset? Sometimes I don't get lunch, so it just depends. That's very true.
Let's go on
Troy
to the next
doesn't know
story.
because he's
Have we
usually
got time
at
for one more?
lunch.
Have we got time for one more? All right, moving in with someone can be a huge step, but it's important to be prepared for everything. Part of that means you need to ask some uncomfortable and hard questions. It might feel weird at first, but it's easier to address the situations ahead of time instead of in the heat of the moment. So here are 5 questions that you need to ask. Who is paying for what? Totally agree.
Yeah.
2,
Absolutely.
what's the second one?
The second one is, are both of our names on the lease?
Ooh.
Yeah, you should probably talk about that.
That's interesting. Number 3, how are we handling grocery shopping and meal planning? Do you really think about that as a couple?
Yeah, you should. Like they said, this may be uncomfortable, but if you're a couple and these are uncomfortable questions, then you probably shouldn't be moving in together.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts on having guests over? When is a heads up required? What?
Well, when are you going to let them, or should you let them know you're going to have people over?
Well, I think that would be a polite thing to do.
Yeah.
But don't you do that as a couple? Hey, babe, we're having, Jimmy John over tonight.
Well, I think you have your own life as well and your own friends, and they may be coming over.
Okay.
Or like parents, in-laws.
What's the ultimate goal of moving in together?
Well, that's a heated question. I mean, that's a deep question.
Is it?
I think.
This is
The
really,
other ones are way easier.
well, I have to say to you, when I moved in with my partner, he never went grocery shopping. I used to do it every Monday. He never cooked food. I did or would go out.
So did you become resentful? Because that's one of the things.
No.
These are questions.
No.
Never?
I didn't care.
Never.
I'll be honest with you, I just didn't care.
Okay.
I'd tell him how much it was at the end of the week that he had to give me.
Did he become resentful because you were giving him an amount of money?
No.
Are you sure?
Not that I don't
Do
go
you
that
live together
deep.
now?
No, of course not. I don't go that deep with those.
I'm trying to
Listen,
think if we
if
had
I want to
these.
buy something at the supermarket and it's not in your budget, I'm going to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm never going to say
But
to
like
my
cleaning
partner,
and all that stuff, you should probably talk about who's going to do what, or just do it together and not make it a big deal. I don't know.
or hire my girl Terry.
True.
See, I take care of things that you don't need to even worry about.
You're just a dreamboat.
I am a dreamboat.